Alright, you guys, welcome back to the channel. We're here for some more Dragon Ball Sparking Zero content, and today we're going to be going over everything in regards to the offline and local multiplayer. We do have some extra piece of information from the official PlayStation Store, and we still don't necessarily know how the offline feature is going to be like, if it's truly going to be limited to that one stage according to the Sparking Zero description that we have here, which we will get to shortly. We're going to be doing this complete breakdown, as well as dropping some predictions and just speculating out here. So without further ado, make sure to drop a like on today's video and let's hop straight into it. I do know how important the offline feature is to a lot of players out there. I mean, back in the day, Tenkaichi series was all about offline story mode, obviously, but the tournament modes that we had, the player versus player feature, whether if it's going up against family or friends. So I do understand in that aspect, this was the deciding factor for a lot of you guys if you were going to be purchasing the game or not. Me, personally, I was going to be buying Sparking Zero day one no matter what, just because of the hype. And the offline feature was actually leaked about a week ago. Going over here to this image that we have, this was the PlayStation Store. They updated it before Summer Game Fest 2024, and it said the 1 and 2 player icon, you know, confirming, or I guess leaking, the offline play. However, the following day, they reverted the icon back to 1 player. So they were kind of like playing with our emotions. We were like, yay, Sparking Zero, local play confirmed. And then the next day, they put it back to 1 player, man. So yes, we did get the official confirmation by Bandai Namco / Sparking Zero. It says right here, the rivals make you stronger description, challenge other players online to test your skills, obviously confirming the online feature, or sit down with friends offline to hone your skills exclusively in the Hyperbolic Time Chamber. So this is mainly why we're creating this video today, because of the extra piece of information. If we read this word for word, it sounds like the offline play is going to be exclusive to the Hyperbolic Time Chamber, which, if that was the case, then so be it. I'm just happy that offline play is in Sparking Zero. If it's just limited to this one map, then that's fine by me. I don't necessarily care that much, but at the same time, I do understand it will be a lot cooler if we get all the different maps. So, massive thanks to Kirisuto for dropping this extra piece of information. They said, wait, they are misunderstanding it. It mentions that the Hyperbolic Time Chamber is exclusive to improved skills, but that is the training mode, not something for local multiplayer. This is what the description of the game in the PlayStation Store says. And here we have the image right here. Now, I think this is a different region PlayStation Store, because I wanted to double check this myself. And the description is the same exact one, word for word, as the Sparking Zero website that we have here. But once again, massive thanks to Cristiano for providing this information. Let's go ahead and enlarge this image real quick. Zoom up. I think that should be good. So right here, this is what their description says from their PlayStation Store. Challenge other players online and test your skills, or share with your friends in offline mode and hone your skills exclusively in the time room. So that's the big difference right here, the end. So this technically, I guess, not 100% confirming anything, just what this says right here. And again, this is what Cristiano thinks as well. It seems like they're confirming 3 different features. First, obviously, the online play. Second, the offline play. And third, a training system or a training mode exclusively to the time room. I don't know, man. Let me know down below in the comments what you guys think. I just want to share this information with you guys. Going back to Sparking Zero, it says, sit down offline with friends to hone your skills exclusively in the Hyperbolic Time Chamber. But this, just to reiterate, share with your friends in offline mode and hone your skills exclusively in the time room. So it kind of seems like they're just mentioning all 3, online, offline, and a training mode, which that makes a lot more sense to me, because going based off of other fighting games, you know, like the official 2D fighting games, if you will, their training systems, it's usually that one specific room with like the grids all over the place. I think that has something to do with like the frames or the hitboxes of the attacks, just to kind of decipher what's going on. That could be the same case for Sparking Zero, but instead of a grid type stage, it's the time room, also known as the Hyperbolic Time Chamber, which kind of makes a lot more sense to me, because I don't know why they would limit the offline local multiplayer to just one stage. Again, if that's the case, then so be it. I'm fine with it. I'm just happy that local play is in the room. But let me know down below in the comments what you guys think. We have this description from this different region PlayStation Store, and we have the other descriptions from like this PlayStation Store that I have here, and the official Sparking Zero website, which kind of seems like Hyperbolic Time Chamber is going to be the only map for Sparking Zero. I don't know, man. I don't know. Again, we're just here to discuss and speculate. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if offline local play is just the Hyperbolic Time Chamber, because a different developer known as Dimps, you know, Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2, they kind of somewhat did this before. So here we have the offline local play within Xenoverse 2, where we were limited to just 6 stages. Of course, with added DLC, we got more like the Nameless Planets, Tournament of Power, the Volcanic Wasteland stage from DBS Broly, etc., right? But what I'm trying to say, it's still limited, but at least we got like 9, 12 total maps at the end of the day. So we have seen this before, but again, this was developed by Dimps. Obviously, Sparking Zero is being made by Spike Chunsoft, so it's you know, it's up there. I have faith. I think this description is a bit more accurate, the one provided by Cristiano. You know, maybe the time room is referring to training mode, and the description that we have here, they just try to condense everything as best as possible, so making it seem like the time room is exclusive to the offline play. You know, trying to confirm training mode at the same time, but they kind of messed up. I don't know, man. I don't know, but it's very interesting. So we still don't necessarily know how the offline feature is going to be like, if it's going to be a shared screen, something similar to Xenoverse 2, or if it's going to be the classic split screen, you know, with the line down the middle. Here we have the official Microsoft Xbox Sparking Zero store, and they provided some tags for us. So we have a plethora of tags, local multiplayer, online multiplayer, the resolution and stuff, single player, and then right here it says shared / split screen. Split screen is mentioned, but we still don't have 100% confirmation. I do know that Summer Game Fest is currently happening, and don't quote me on this, but I think, not 100% sure, I think there's a playable demo over there, so I'm assuming there might be some gameplay floating around here shortly in the next couple weeks. That's just speculation, not confirmed at all. But maybe then we can get confirmation of offline local play, if we're going to be getting all the different stages, if local play is split screen or a shared screen. If we take a look at the Steam page as well, it says the same thing: single player, online, and shared / split screen, player versus player. Now, in my personal opinion, I do think it's going to be somewhat similar to Xenoverse 2, where it's a shared screen, just because it's more modern. Split screen was more back in the day for like the PlayStation 2 and even PlayStation 3 games. I've talked about this a little bit before, and a lot of you guys said it will be more optimal for split screen, which I do agree. I think it'll be a bit more nostalgic as well, and I do prefer split screen just because of that reason. It'll be great. Anyway, what some of you guys have been saying is that it makes more sense for split screen is because of how large the Sparking Zero maps are going to be, and plus some attacks like Solar Flare, it's going to be, you know, flashing the entire screen, so it makes more sense for split screen, right? However, again, taking a look at Xenoverse 2, they kind of worked their way around all of that. So here we have this footage, thanks to Rhymestyle once again. They're fighting on Planet Namek, and as we all know, this is like one of the largest stages in Xenoverse 2. But this is offline play, and look at what they did. They limited the arena, where it's just like this small area where we get to fight in. As we all know, if we played Xenoverse 2, we have the capsule space machine on the other end. We have like the different areas from the story missions that we get to play as well. But here, we have the invincible walls blocking the exits, if you will. So this could very well happen for Sparking Zero as well, where they limit the range of the actual stages. So that's one. And two, just countering like the solar flare or the attacks that kind of like messes up the entire screen. They don't necessarily have to add the effects. It just has to hit the characters, right? So if it hits the character, then they can just show this animation like them covering their eyes, which is what happens here for Xenoverse 2. Stuff like that. It doesn't necessarily have to flash the entire screen. So they have some workarounds is what I'm trying to say. So again, it's still up in the air. It's not 100% confirmed how local play for Sparking Zero is going to be, split screen or shared. But in my personal opinion, I think they're going to be taking these shared routes. Again, I do think split screen would be cooler. Don't get me wrong. And plus, if I am wrong at the end of the day, like when the game officially drops and it is split screen, then good. W, that's still a W, man. That's still a W. But real quick, going to other games developed by Spike Chunsoft this time around, we have J-Stars Victory Versus. Now this dropped, I believe, 2014. Yeah, so this was for the PlayStation 3. Of course, we have the split screen, and obviously Tenkaichi split screen for PlayStation 2 as well. But again, going back to their recent developed games, more modern anime games that they made, we have One Piece Burning Blood. So this dropped around 2016 for the PlayStation 4 system, and I think Xbox One as well, if it's available for that console. But here we have footage thanks to New Dimension. It's a shared screen. I don't think it's as epic as Xenoverse 2, because Xenoverse 2 works in a different way. You can see how the opponent is attacking the player 1 opponent, but the screen is staying right there. For Xenoverse 2, you know how if the opponent hits you, it will swap over to their camera or shoulder. Yeah, that's how I would like Sparking Zero to act, and not necessarily like this, where the camera is set still. Because, I don't know, it seems like it's always over player 1, and then player 2 has to suffer, in that weird angle and try their best to get used to the mechanics, because everything is going to be a bit more different, I guess. But you know what I mean? I think player 2 can have access to the camera if he just walks behind player 1. But right now, player 1 is just completely obliterating player 2, so the camera is just over here. But yeah, this is offline play. This is how it looks like for One Piece. We got the KO finish. Now for their next anime game, also published by Bandai Namco, of course, Jump Force. Now this worked the same exact way as One Piece Burning Blood. Yes, this is offline local multiplayer. So we have player 2 just bodying player 1. Right now the camera is over player 1. But I think if, again, something similar to Burning Blood, if player 2 walks behind Trunks, or now Piccolo, player 1, then he'll have access to the camera. I think that's how it usually goes for these type of video games. The next game would be One Punch Man: A Hero Nobody Knows, and I think this is more of like one of those 2.5D fighting games, something similar to Tekken. But this is, at the end of the day, how Spike Chunsoft develops their offline local play. So Sparking Zero, it might be something similar to this. I hope they change it a bit, something more similar to Xenoverse 2. If not that, then just keep the classic split screen down the middle. That would be epic as well. But this is everything I wanted to go over for today. Let me know your thoughts down below about the PlayStation Store description versus the Sparking Zero description. Do you guys think offline play is going to be limited to Hyperbolic Time Chamber? I don't know. I think it makes more sense to have that stage limited to training mode, because it's just training mode. You're there to perfect your skills and abilities. So thank you guys for the immense support as always. Stay tuned to the channel, because there's going to be a ton more Sparking Zero videos going to be dropping here soon. Again, thank you for the support. Make sure to drop a like, and I'll see you guys in the next video.